Okay, so let's try and look at the script in a little bit more detail. What we're going to have a look then is uh, at the start, we're just solidifying that reference to the setup script, and we're saying that the graphic ball that's going to be the striker on the 2D view is 0. In the future, that will mirror whatever ball we've chosen as the striker for the 3D view and vice versa. Now, the update consists of three phases, if you like. One is to decide where to place the balls, match up the balls between the 2D view and the 3D view. The next phase is to do the same thing for the target. And then the last phase is to decide whether you're going to draw the aim line. And if you are, then this is how you draw it. And if you're not, then just make the aim line um, disabled. So let's do the simple bit first, which is uh, well, the ball and the target both use the same type of regime to decide whether or not uh, where they're going to be drawn. The first thing is to work out the relative ratio between the 2D lawn size and the lawn size. So the lawn size, remember, is 15 by 20. The 2D size is 1200 by 900. But just to keep things flexible, we'll make it so that we're always saying that the ratio is the y-axis of the lawn um, uh, rectangle um, divided by the real lawn line 1 measurement. That means that if we change the size of the lawn in either the lawn or the mini map, then it's going to all the rest of the script will be fine. So if the balls are coming from the lawn, so if the source of the information is the 3D view, then we want to move the graphic balls according to where the real balls are. Otherwise, we want to teleport the real balls according to the position of the graphic balls. So we basically got these two different functions. One is that we're saying that the graphic ball is going to be um, determined by the real transform position of x and z on the of the of the real balls, or we're going to be sending the graphic ball to a particular um, the real ball to where the graphic ball x and the graphic ball y are located. So I basically made two functions, one called icon coords, which translates the real position and makes it into a graphic position, or the other way around. So icon coords does this. It takes the real position, the real x position, and the real z position of the ball, and it looks at the what the ratio is between the lawn and the mini map, and it then just does some sums to to uh, translate the two things. Now, the translation is a little bit tricky because not only have you got to take into account the size ratio, you've also got to turn the lawn at 90 degrees as well. So, so the X position on the panel on the lawn on the mini map becomes the real Z uh, position. So it's not X for X, it's X for Z. And similarly, the Y position on the mini map becomes the X. So that's what we return. And then if we do it the other way around, this time we're taking we want to teleport the real game object, the real ball, according to what the mini map X and Y are. So, oh, this here should be not 15F. This should be the size that we've defined up here, real lawn width. That will keep it nice and so real lawn width. So that will just make that little correction there. And we want the if it's a ball that we're sending in, we want it to go to this particular height on in real space. If it's the target, we want it to be going to this particular height in real space. So otherwise, uh, that's our translation between minimap position and sending the real item there. Now the other piece is the aim line. If the aim line is on, then we're going to take this little image that forms the basis of the aim line. We're going to enable it. So that's the first line. And then we're going to basically change its length and change the angle that it's at so that it links the target with um, the, the ball, the striker ball. Uh, Now I won't go through all of this logic right now. I might do a separate video on that because we're going to do the same thing in 3D as well later on down the track. The other thing that's in this script are these two little things here for toggling the button that controls either the aim line being on and off or whether the ball is the balls and the target are coming from 3D or 2D. So in other words, these things here. So as we press this button, it's like this cube here, this little image, moves from left to right. And so that's what this is doing here. It's saying when you click on the button, if aimline is already enabled, we want it to be false because we want to toggle it back over. So we're going to move that little block over to the left. Otherwise, if it was already false, we make it true and we move it over to the right. Same thing is happening here, moving left, moving right, only this time we've also changing the color as well. So I don't know why we do that there and not there, but it just so happened to be that way. So this is quite a nice little trick. Whenever you press the button and you trigger that function, not only does it do the logic, but it also moves the image, and that gives a nice pleasing sort of switch effect. All right, so that's that script, and yeah, that's all good. We'll move on from there.